for me also.
Oh, okay. I started actually.
Can anyone else try?
Yes,
Okay,
recording
fine.
is started.
Yeah, it's been recorded now.
So, sir, firstly, I import the sample data from the Power BI
Mm-hmm.
and go in model. And there is, I have only one thing is financials table are there. I mean, record are there. So I create a date calendar for that. So I go in table option. I mean model option in data,
Mm-hmm.
and then I use a new table option. Creating new table option.
From where you have created the new table?
Actually, sir, just a minute.
Home.
New table
Home.
option is here.
Okay, fine, fine,
So
fine.
I create from here, and uh, I give the name calendar for that table,
Mm-hmm.
and
You
using
searched about it over internet, I believe, right?
yes, sir, on YouTube.
Okay, fine. So this is the other way which I was telling yesterday, right? I was telling that either we can create just one columnar date table, and then we can have multiple calculated columns, right? Created one by one, or else this is the other way where we can make use of the add column function, right? And we can make our calendar table. I'll like once we start on DAX part, right, I'll let you know about all these functions, what add column will do. So as a brief, what add column will do. So first of all, calendar auto, if you guys know that, right? And there's one more thing which I forget to tell you about calendar auto. If you select the bracket after calendar auto, just go over there after calendar auto. Yeah, just remove this bracket and then again put that bracket. Yeah, put the bracket again. So if you can see, just one bracket, not other one. Okay, so let's suppose there is a concept in your organization where you have to start your calendar from um, different month, right? Normal calendar start from January to December, right? This is the normal calendar. But for some organization, their calendar starts from April, right? Somewhere at in KPMG, it starts from October, right? So if you want to create a fiscal calendar, what you have to do, you need to mention the fiscal year and month. So if your calendar in your organization, which they are working on, starts from April, then you have to write 3 over here. Just do one thing, just write 3. Currently you can see that your calendar starts from 1st of January 2014, right? If you type 3 over here and then close the bracket, just commit the code. Okay, now you can see okay, and sort your date as well. Select the date column, the date column below. There is a below table, right? This is the code which you are, yeah, this one. Sort this table with this, sort ascending. Okay, now you can see your calendar starts from April, right? Because you have given that your fiscal year and month is March. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you can you can remove 3 and have the calendar auto just blank, right? So as I discussed in previous session as well, what calendar auto will do, it will search in your data set what is the minimum date available and what is the maximum date available. It will start your calendar for the for that. Let's suppose it found 2013 March, right? So as the minimum date in your data set, so it will create a calendar from 1st of January 20, whatever year we have data as the minimum year, right? And it will search, the same applies for the maximum as well. It will create the calendar till the last day of the year. Okay, and what add column will do, so calendar auto, what it is doing there, it is calculating a one columnar table with the frequent set of dates. There is no gap in between the dates. What add column will do, it will go to each row, right, and create another column as a row context, right? So if you see the syntax of add column, first you have to give the table, right, and then comma the columns which you want to add, right, to your existing table. So if you can see calendar auto, what it will do, it will create one columnar table which is date, right? The date column, the column name would be date, and you are adding columns to this particular table. Okay, then you have to give the column name and the expression for the column name. Then you have written, give me the name, treat my column name as year. If you can see the column name, new column name would be year, and then you are extracting year out of your date column which you created under calendar auto. Okay, so as we discussed yesterday as well, regarding this, that year will extract the information about the year. Okay, and that we have to give a date column there, so that it will extract the year out of date, and month number the same is everything, right, which we discussed yesterday. Okay, got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now go to the visualization pane. Okay, before the visualization pane, show me the relationship which you have maintained in between these two tables. Go to the relationship view, correct? Okay, so from here, how you connected these two tables? Hover over the relationship over there.
So
Not
on date actually.
okay. So what you have to do, if I ask you to show me the relationship, you need to click on the arrow there. Arrow, yeah, you will be able to see that my date table, okay, sorry, calendar table is connected via date column with financial date, right? Why this is one to many, and if this is a solid line, right, this solid line represent that it is a, what you call it, active relationship. Okay, in Power BI you cannot have multiple active relationships. Okay, so if you want to make any but you can have multiple inactive relationship between two tables. Okay, so for this particular table there are no multiple date column, you just have single date column, right? You don't have multiple date columns in financial table, or do you have?
No, sir.
Okay, you don't have. So there are scenarios where you'll have multiple date columns. So the data set which I downloaded from the internet, that is having multiple date columns. One is your order date, one is your ship date, right? What it means, that order date will give me the dates on which a particular product is ordered. However, ship date will give me the information on a particular date the product is shipped. It means that on a it will give me the date on which the product is delivered at consumer's house, right? Or like delivered to the retailer, whatever the scenario is. So in that case, if I ask you to give me the total number of order based upon my order date, what are total number of orders that has been ordered? So you can give me the count of the orders, right? Simply there is a function in Power BI, count rows or distinct count, whatever applies there, and you can do that. But what if I want you to calculate what is my total sales by or maybe the number of orders delivered on a particular date? How can I do that? Because for that I want my other relationship to work, that would be my from date with ship date, right, rather than my uh, order date,
Date.
right? So I'll let you know how you can have your indirect relationship, right, the inactive relationship to be converted as active relationship at the same time. Okay, once we will work on that, because you don't have such data set, but I have. Once we'll start on working on DAX, then I'll let you know how you can connect. But for your information, for now, you can have multiple relationship between two tables, right? But one of them could be active and rest would be inactive until and unless you are using any DAX function to convert them, those inactive to active relationship, it will not. So why there is a need of relationship, right? Active relationship is just because you want your table filtered based upon this table, you know, the other table on which, if you see the direction of your arrow, what it means that any column from this calendar table will be able to filter your financial table. Okay, so what it means, if I connected date with date, so I can put a slicer from over here. Okay, go to your visualization pane, the first one. Yeah, have a table on the page, select first of all, do one thing, unselect the visualization which you have selected, select anywhere on the page. Yeah, now select the table visual from your visualization pane on your left. Yeah, go down, select the table icon. Yeah, this one, select it. So this is the table, right? How you can check that how your filters are flowing. Okay, now do one thing, put a date from calendar over here. Fine, now you have the regular set of dates. Okay, why it is creating calendar? Because you have not marked it as a date table. Once you create a calendar table, mark it as date table. Right click to the table, right click to the table. Yeah, just right click over here, mark as date table. You can see mark as date table. Yeah, select this. So this is the second thing. First is this is the third thing. Basically, first create relationship, select a table, sorry, column, the date column. You need to select date, click on OK. It has been validated successfully, right? Now it will not create your hierarchies because you don't want it. Okay, so first of all, create correct relationship between the table. Second, create calendar table. Third is mark this calendar table as date. These are the things which you need to do at first. Okay, now do one thing, have your date table, have your date column from financials in the same table. Right, if you can see, this is the correct, right? It is able to filter your date column from financials, right? 19 is 1 September, 110 is 1 October. Switch it, move that date to the first place and the other date to the second place. Okay, is it also filtering?
Yes, sir.
I think yes. Okay, do one thing, instead of date from remove the second date. Why it is filtering? Because we have the same set of dates. Go to the month from the first table, have month over here. Show me the relationship again. Okay, fine, because the thing is that all things over here, whatever we are dragging, right, these are not factual details, right? There's nothing like, let's suppose if you have something in the calendar table that this is the sales, right, of a particular period, then in that case we'll not be able to filter that, because the direction of the filter is just one way, right? Okay, and the cardinality, so there are several terms over here. What is cardinality? What is cardinality is like how many types of cardinality we have in Power BI, or in the data modeling of Power BI desktop. So there is one to many cardinality, there is many to many cardinality, one to one, and many to one, right?
So
What
you
does
can
it
say
mean?
that a relationship.
Yeah,
Cardinality means relationship. One to one, one to many, many to one,
yeah,
many to many.
cardinality is a relationship, you can say that. Okay, so these are 4 types of cardinality available in Power BI desktop. One is one-to-one, where each row in a particular table in first table, right, is unique, and each row in the second table is also unique. There is why, right? Okay, that is why, that is one-to-one. Fine. Many to one is like in your left table. If it is many to one, okay, in your left table we are having multiple entries. Okay, like that is why that is called many side. However, in other table we are having unique entries for each row. Fine. And basically what we have to do, we have to connect these two tables with just one column. So if anyone asks you, is there any way we can have we can take a reference of two columns in Power BI to connect these two tables? The answer is no. Okay, what I'm saying, just create on manage, just click on manage relationship. On your upside, ribbon, manage relationship on your right, yeah, over here. Okay, so it's just one table. Just click on edit. Okay, can you select multi-select two columns over here? Check with control key. Can you do that? No, in this first table as well, just select two columns if it is possible with control. You are selecting rows, columns I'm talking. Two columns, yeah, with control key. Are you able to select? No, right? What it means that you cannot, because in Power Query Editor, if you are merging any two tables, right, or in SQL as well, right, you can combine two columns, right, and if you want to join, you can have join on the basis of two columns, right, in SQL as well or in Power Query Editor as well, if you are merging any two tables. However, in Power Query Editor, you cannot have relationships, you cannot maintain a relationships on the basis of two columns. If someone will ask you, you can say to them. Okay, so what if, you know I know that if I combine two columns from here, I can create a unique row, right, and then I can connect that with the other table. In that case, what you will do, there is one workaround for the same. What you can do, you can concatenate these two columns, right, you can merge these two columns with the help of DAX, right, you can create a calculated column, okay, with the help of concatenate function, or there is another function called, I think, combine values, right, which you can make use. You have to give the delimiter over there. What should be the delimiter in between those two values, and you can create a calculated column. The same way you can have a calculate column in the other table, and then you can connect these two tables on the basis of that. Okay, got my point?
Yes.
Okay, that based on the scenario, let's suppose something, you have to achieve some result, and that cannot be, these two tables cannot be connected on the basis of just one single column, right, because it's a many to many, something like that, right? But you know that if I combine it with another column, then it could be one to many connection, then you can do that. Okay, what is many to many relationships? So many to many relationship is like when both the sides of the table has multiple rows, right, there is no unique row over there. So in that case, many to many relationships is can be maintained. So do you guys think that and there is now you can close this window, click on cancel. Fine. What is the direction of your it can be bi-directional or it can be single directional. Okay, mostly what is the best practice? You should keep the direction of your filters of your relationship from one to many direction. Okay, what it means that from the one side of table, if you have anything, any attribute, right, you can filter the other table, the many side. Okay, got my point? You can filter the many side based upon anything that is on the one side. Okay, there is one function called a related function. Okay, which if you want to, it's a kind of lookup function, you can say. Go to the table, sorry, data view. That would be on your left. The second one, this is the visualization pane. No, on your left, the second, the below that. Yeah, this is the data view. Okay, so what if, and now select the financial table. Do one thing, create new column. Name the column as year or sales year. Put at sales year. Okay, fine. Write down it as related. There's a function called related. Yeah. Now what you can do, you are on the many side of this table, right? There's a function called related. What it will do, it can call any column, from the many side. So this is your financial table. Do we have month number, month name and year already over here, or you created this?
I created.
How you created? Have you made use of the related function?
No, sir.
No. Okay, the normal function with the date column. Fine. Now do one thing. Click on write down year. You're calling the year. Write down year. Okay, calendar year. Yeah, select that. So what you are doing, you are calling, give me the year from the other table, from the one side. Just click enter. Scroll to your right. I think that is. Are you getting blank everywhere, or am I not seeing the result?
There's something going wrong actually. There is the name of column which are year, but we are initializing the sales year, and they are giving the result here. I mean, in year part. I don't know why.
Select the drop down, sales year drop down. Sales year. We are getting blank. Why so? We should not be getting blank over here.
Just a minute, sir. I'm trying.
Show me the relationship. Something issue with the relationship. Have you changed the relationship?
No, sir.
Hover over there in the arrow. Over there in the arrow. Yeah, that is the reason, right? Got my point. Now right click on the arrow. You accidentally changed the relationship. You did the relationship with the wrong column. Click on the properties. There are several ways to edit any relationship, right? Instead of discount band, select year. Sorry, date. date with date, because we have a unique column over here, right? If I select year with year, what it will do, it will, because year would also be in multiple rows in calendar table and over there as well, right? So we should connect one to many. Search for the date column over here in the financials. Yeah, select with this, click on OK. Fine. Now try to call your year in that table. Write down related. No. I'm letting you guys know about what a related function will do, right? So that is the reason. You can call anything from your one side, right, over here in your many side. So that is how related function work. So it's kind of a VLOOKUP function, you can say. Click over here. Now you can see you will get the year. You need not have to create. First of all, we should not be creating, the calculated columns, right? Except we need it. We should always be creating a calculated measure. I'll let you know why, right? Later on. So if you can see, this is the power of related function. You can call the values, okay, from your one side into your many side. Got my point, everyone? If you want to call, let's suppose month number, you can also get the month number, because it is connected with date, right? Date with date. Okay, now move to your many side table, which is your date table. Now go over there, calendar day. Okay, now do one thing, create a calculated column over here. Click on the new column, not over here, yeah, like. Okay, now what you have to do, give the name of the column as date sales, something like that. Or sales, whatever you want. Equal to, yeah, equal to. Now you can give what, if you do one thing, have related table function over here. Related table, write down related table. Okay, see the returns the related tables filtered, so that it only includes the related rows, right? Select financials, commit this. Okay, you should get an error, fine. And now what you have to do, after related table, what is the error you are getting? The expression refers to the multiple columns. Multiple columns cannot be converted to a scalar value, right? So you have to create convert it to a scalar value. So what you can make use of count rows function. I'll let you know what count, why are we getting that count. Just use the count rows before relate. No, not here, before related table. Count rows. Okay, what it is doing, commit now. Okay, see if there are any values, right? There are values. Select 35 and 70, or maybe. So what it means, that just select 35, select 35. Okay, so what it means, that on November, I think you have did it as month 11, 12. First is your month, or show me the select date column. What is the format of your date? I want to see. That is date. Okay, Fine. So this is on the first one is September, right? On September month, on September 1st of September, you have 35 sales, 35 records over there. From this particular thing, you can see how many records we have in that particular table. Got my point?
On particular date, na?
On a particular date, yeah. In your
You mean
financial table.
we are group by date.
Count kind of group by, yeah, with the help of related function. So what count rows will do? Okay, count rows will do, select the sales date again, sales date column, remove the bracket after count rows and then again put it. Remove it first, then again include it. Now you can see what it will do, count the number of rows in a table, right? So for the first particular date, what it is doing, it is going to the financial table, right, which is the related table, and it will counting how many rows do we have over there for for September 1st date. Okay, so it found 35 rows, so it returned 35 over here. Got my point? Also do one thing, before count rows, have a calculate. Use calculate and close the calculate after that, after last. Yeah, click on enter. Fine. So okay, so this is a thing which we got, right? If we want to look up the results from our one side table, so this is our date table is one side table, right? Related table function would work. And if we are searching anything, we are in the many side of a table and we are searching anything from our one side, we need to use related function. If we are on the one side and we need to fetch the results from our many side, we have to use related table function. Okay, everything is clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Everyone is cleared about this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do we, let me give you something where you can have how many, sales, how many transactions we have in a particular year, right? You can also create a calculated table and can see. Let me show you how. Go to the home. The main use of this related table function we can have. If I want to create a summarized table, you can say, right? Go to home. Okay, you have the new table over here. Select the new table. You name it as sales by year, something like that. I'm just letting you know about the functions, right? Which all functions we have over here. So what if I want to summarize my sales by year? I want my year. I want to create a calculated table in which I have my year and what is the sales corresponding to that year. How you can do that? So you can summarize your table, which is you can make use of summarize. There's a function called summarize. Yeah, summarize. Select that. What you have to summarize, which particular table. It's like a group by in SQL or in Power Query Editor as well, right? What table you want to summarize? I want to summarize my financial table, right? No, don't do this. You have to summarize. So which would be your, so more, you have to give your one side table over here, right? If you are filtering the other side, so you want to summarize your year, right? Select calendar year, remove Fi, use calendar year. You there or I lost connection?
Sir, I'm here, but how I give the calendar year? Column.
Okay, yeah, you have to first give the table name. So just give it a comma. You can see the expression over here. First you have to give the table name, then you have to give the group by column name, right? So calendar year. Fine. Now what you have to do, give a comma. Now we have to give the group by column name. Whatever column name you want to give it. Write down in inverted comma. You can give it sales. Okay. So what it will do, it will summarize your year, right? It will have a year in the first column, and the second column the name you have given sales. Now you have to give the expression how to calculate the sales. Give a comma. Now you have to give the expression which would be sum. Give the function called sum. Okay, sum of your sales. Now you have to go to your financials, sales column. That would be above, upside somewhere. Scroll up, sales column. I think that was upside somewhere. Yeah, this one. Close the summarize. Yeah, click enter. So you can see it is showing you now 2013 sales and 2014 sales, right? This is the value of sales. So if you do one thing, if you then go to your visualization page, have on the page, okay, select the table, instead of date and month include year in the table. Okay, year at last, year, and then your sales year. If you can see, you will be getting the same over there as well. Just go to the data view again, 264159231. Go to the data view, the same thing, right? So this is a very simple, summarize table. You can have multiple summarize, columns over here, multiple. Let's suppose I have my summarize from calendar year, right? Now you can include other point as well. That would be from, just scroll it to on your field section, scroll
Yes,
down,
sir.
scroll it down on your field section, go to the field section which is on your right, scroll it down. You have over here product, include product also after calendar year from financial. In the measure, after calendar year comma, no, not here, this is the expression, right? Yeah, include one more column called financial product, or search, write down product only, you will get that. The intelligence would work. Remove that, there's something you have quotes over there, right? Remove that quotes. Now search products. You should be getting product. Okay, you're not getting it.
No.
Maybe do one thing, instead of calendar year, remove the calendar table first. Just remove it. have calendar year there, but remove the calendar table. Instead use financials. Right, comma. Okay, now you can call financials after calendar year. Anyway, like if you want to do it at first or at second.
So what's the product now?
Yeah, product column. The second one. Comma. Fine. Now comment this. Now you can see, now you have year information, product information, what is product wise, year wise sales, right? So why that was not working, right? Why you are not able to search financials? Because earlier what we are doing, we are just summarizing with year, right? So what you have to do in the summarize function, you have to give the table which is on the many side. Fine, got my point?
Yes, sir.
Financial is your many side table, right? You can call your one side table there in the summarize function. Give your many side table first. If you need any column from your many side, you can have that. Else you can also call your any column from your one side as well, and then summarize that. Got my point, everyone?
Yes.
That is why I first asked you to, I was saying that include financials. Then I asked you to create include from calendar, just to show you this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whatever there in the, if you are using summarize function, okay, in summarize function, give the table name which is on the many side, okay, and you can include any of the column from many side, and also along with that you can also include any of the column from your one side as
One
well.
side. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the summarize we usually, so you can use this summarize sales and all these, right? You can also make use of summarize column over here. Okay, now I'll let you know the use of variables also over here. There is a concept called variables in Power BI, where you need to create variables. It will also help you to, if you want to analyze your code later on, you want to analyze your code, whatever you have written, DAX code, right? I'm talking about that. So you can read your code easily. Here it will also improve your performance, right? There are several things which you need to do. So what is variable? Do one thing. A variable is a kind of container, right, where you can store a particular calculation which you have done. Okay, so once you are returning that variable in your DAX expression at the last, right, it will call that variable. Okay, so let's suppose you are using this particular code at multiple lines, okay, in your code. Then in that case it's better to create a variable first, okay, so that that code, if that is used in a, I'm talking about a single measure, in a single measure, this is just a very simple logic, right? There are several complex logic as well over there. If you need to reuse a particular calculation which you did, somewhere, and you want to reuse it, make sure to have create a variable over here and use that variable in your logic. Okay, rather than, because what it will do, if you have a variable over there, it will just uh, calculate that calculation just once, and it will be using that calculation in rest of the measure wherever it is called. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's try to create a variable. Do one thing, before summarize, press shift plus enter. Before summarize, shift plus enter. Yeah, you would be on the next line now. Now type var, var. Now we are defining variables. Var,
Where, sir? I mean,
var where, type where before summarize. No, not here. So that we can read the code properly, right? That is the reason I asked you to. Yeah, where, give anything, any name. Let's suppose a, where a equal to space. Okay, so this is the variable which you defined over here. Now after sales bracket, go to your last, shift plus enter, move to the next line. Now you have to type a keyword called return. Type return. Now shift plus enter, not here, shift plus enter. Okay, now you can call this a over here. Fine, click on commit. There's a tick icon, or you can press enter key, whatever. Right, now do one thing. After sales bracket, have shift plus enter again. I'll help you guys to calculate the same table, to have the same table with multiple, DAX functions. Now write down where b. Ideally you should give a proper name to this, but for now we are giving just a and b, right? You make use of summarize columns. Okay, you can call your columns which you want to group by. Have let's suppose year, the same thing, year. Write down year. You can see the calendar year there, right? Select that, comma, your product. Write down product, select that, comma. Fine, now you have to get, these are the same, right? Here I want to summarize my table, group by my table by year and product. Now you have to give the group by column name, just like you did earlier, right? Sales, inverted comma, sales. Okay, then comma, then the expression you have to give. What you want to do here, over here, sum of your sales. Now commit this, and before committing, just change the variable to b. One more bracket. I think there is a requirement of one more bracket. Return b. Now you can any one of you can see the numbers. You will get the same table and the same result. Just commit now. 140686397. Click on commit. Committed. Yeah, the reason it didn't change because we are getting the same values, right? This is one way also. Now there's another way. Write down variable c, the same way with how we got to variable b. Okay, you can also make use of, do one thing, use summarize. Summarize your table the same way. Product, just copy the code from the upside, right? Not completely till year, you just have to copy it till year. No need to copy comma, or you can remove the comma only. Now remove the comma and close the bracket, right? Before summarize, use add columns. Add columns.
Yes.
You have not used the complete logic. Yeah, this one. Now give the same. Now copy the code from upside, from sales, from comma sales.
Something is wrong.
From comma. Remove the bracket first. Okay. Copy the code from comma sales from the first logic. Comma, include comma as well. Okay, fine. You already written comma there. Fine. Commit and C. Before that, type variable C. Okay. Over here, if you see, there's just one thing, right? You are getting the same value for each row, right? Why? This is just because of context transition is not happened over here, because with add column function you must have used the calculate function, okay, before your expression. Or if you already created any measure over there, not over here, before sum
Oh,
after comma before sum, yeah, use calculate. Calculate, you just return cal. Now if you can see, you are getting the same result, right? What calculate does, so before calculate there is no context transition happening. So in the case of add columns, right, you should use a calculate. If you have already created a measure like some of your financial sales, you know, already, and you are calling that measure over here, right, in that case you'll not have to use calculate. But yes, you are calculating the, you know, sum of sales over here. So in order to perform the context transition with add columns, you must have to use the calculate function. Fine.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
So these are the three ways. There is another way, which is the group by way. I'm not telling you that because that is quite slow, right? Over there as well, you have to give the column names, right? Inverted comma, the column name, and then the sum of, you know, the expression. So let's suppose you want to have quantity over here as well. What you need to do after sum of financial sales,
calculate
you have to give
count.
first the column name as comma, inverted comma, quantity, inverted comma, then sum of your quantity. Got my point?
Yes, sir. So like we
Everyone?
can write for product. I mean,
Yeah. Let's suppose if you don't want your table to be summarized on year level, right? You just want product wise sale, product wise sale. Then you can remove that calendar year from the context. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think we can wrap up the session today, right? So these are some of the DAX functions which I told you today. Summarize, summarize column, related tables, right? Add columns. So let's meet tomorrow. If you have any questions for our today's session, right, you can ask me.
so we can calculate
We can calculate what?
quantity of product also like this. I mean,
What? Come again. What? Actually, your voice got break.
quantity.
Yeah, you can also do that. Not like. Okay, fine. Going correct. Calculate. Now you have to give the quantity over here.
Quantity or product or quantity. Oh no, no, no.
Quantity.
Quantity.
There's a column over here. I think quantity.
Mm, no, sir.
You don't have it. Unit sold. That is unit sold. I think quantity is called unit sold.
Yeah,
If you commit this, you'll get another column, right?
but there is a
Yes,
fractional
sir.
value.
So why this is in this format: year, then sales, then product, then quantity. If you delete the complete code, remove the table, right, and again paste it in the correct manner, then it will be like, first you will have your product, then year, then sales, then quantity, right? Because you already stored the schema of that, right? So if you make any change, you added any new column, right, it will be added as an end, right? That is the reason. Do you guys have any other questions before we wrap up? Can I consider this as you guys are already clear on everything?
Yes.
Okay, then let's meet in our next session tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Bye bye.